Good morning. My name is Diane Bonner. I'm a retired special educator who worked with 6th, 7th, and 8th grade students during the last 17 years of my career. During that time, a lot of my students had issues with bullying behavior. They were either the victims, the perpetrators, or the bystanders themselves. And so I decided to write a book called Why Bullies Are Cowards to address a lot of the things that occurred when I was working as a special ed teacher. When I was a little girl and I was growing up, and there were things that bullies did, we never heard the term bullies. We only heard that when somebody picked on somebody smaller, weaker, or less able to protect and defend themselves, they were called cowards. But as time has evolved, I've seen that the media stepped in, and there's been a lot of things that came to change because of the media. And now nobody calls anybody a bully for what they truly are, which is a coward. They call them a bully, and it seems to be okay. So bullies have become cool and slick and wonderful and marvelous, and everybody looks to them and thinking, wow, this is really great. But I see it, and other people are seeing it, is that they are cowards. I harvested the net and found that other people are feeling the same way, that this is meant to be provocative, to touch nerves, to make people think, and to motivate change. And here's other people that are doing the same thing. And they're saying, as we define bullies today, they are definitely cowards. If they were not cowards, they would be bullies, but just jerks. And I thought, wow, that's pretty powerful stuff to say. Another lady, the same thing. I can remember when bullies weren't called bullies, they were called cowards. So the tone and the feeling of people in our society is starting to change. And people are stepping up and saying, this is enough, and it's time to do something. As a result of all the bullying behavior that I encountered in my classroom, I decided to start a file called My File of Tears. And I started collecting data related to children and people who had committed suicide as a result of being bullied. And it contains documentation, research, and everything that explains why we're now not using the word coward to describe this kind of behavior. We're using the word of bullies. So I put it together in hopes that we can create an awareness and an interest that others will stand up and advocate for these poor children and poor individuals who are victims of this kind of behavior. So we've got to do something, or I can't imagine how thick this file will get over the years as bullying behavior continues to escalate and children continue to terminate their lives and individuals continue to have theirs altered because of somebody bullying them or beating them senseless or doing something that makes them commit suicide. I dedicated my writings to two people when I decided to write Why Bullies Are Cowards. One is to a little girl in Washington who was going to school in the 7th grade, who came home at night and said, Dad, the kids are spitting on me. And he said, don't worry, I'll go down to school and I'll talk to them about it. Next day he went down and talked to them. The kids still spit on her. Third day they went down and talked to them. The kids still spit on her. And so finally she came home that night and she hung herself. 7th grade child, and I tried to imagine what it would be like to have somebody spitting on you, and I just cringed. So part of this book, or part of writings of Why Bullies Are Cowards, is dedicated to Amber Caldero. The other one is to Brian Stowe, who was at Dodger Stadium, and he came out one evening because he was wearing a Giants t-shirt, and 3 men who were Dodgers fans beat him and crippled him for life. And that's when I said, that's it. I'm going to start picking up the pen and paper, and I'm going to start writing. And that's what I've done. When I started writing Why Bullies Are Cowards, it started out with writing narratives of what happened in my classroom when students would come in and they would experience somebody touching them, pushing them around, or doing something to them that was bullying behavior. So I started writing narratives, and then out of those narratives came objective sheets to better prepare my children to be able to stand up to bullies. And I collected data from the United States Secret Service. They were called forward in order to research and figure out how they could prevent another Columbine. And they were very centered on the fact that the key to preventing another Columbine was getting children to snitch. And I thought, yeah, children won't snitch because they're ratting their friends out on their behavior. But if you can make children understand that when you tell to protect themselves or to protect somebody else, you're a hero. The other thing that I wanted to share is that Lady Gaga, first class act, that lady, she did a research project and she said the answer to ending bullying is to create anti-bullying communities. That everybody in the community that sees someone being bullied, or they can take an action and saying, hey, we're an anti-bullying community, stop that right now. Why Bullies Are Cowards has all been completed except for what the publisher is working on right now. It's not exactly where I want it to be, but it's coming as far as what I'm trying to create here, and that's why I'm asking for your support. This is the office copy or the in-house copy that I have that I'm sharing with people electronically. That kind of a handbook type of an arrangement that teachers, parents, and community members can use as far as being able to address bullying in their environments. And then to say, what she's saying makes a lot of sense. And I'm trying to create a group of people who are interested, who want to have bully-free environments. I want to touch parents, school teachers, and community leaders so that they, when they see somebody bullying someone, they're able to step up and say, excuse me, you're behaving like a coward and you need to stop this, okay? The key to the whole book is a summary that's kind of at the end called a bystander's objective sheet. The bystander's objective sheet says that parents, teachers, and other community leaders must understand that by teaching bystanders to treat others like they want to be treated and to be telling are the two keys to creating an anti-bullying community. That the bystander sheet is different from the others in that it says, I have learned, meaning it's from a bystander's point of view. And when children have learned how bullies operate, when they have learned that the intent of a bully is to humiliate other students, when they have learned that snitching is not the answer because you're ratting on a friend, but when you tell, you're a hero because you're protecting them, that there are strength in numbers, that when you as a group stand up and face something down that's happening, then you know that they are united and that they have a group of people who have common values and common interests. And you've got a child that's well protected and able to handle situations when they go out and come across bullying situations. And that's the whole goal and the whole purpose of Why Bullies Are Cowards. I had my classes stand up to other students who were bullying and tell them to stop, that this is not the way we want to be treated and this is not the way we want other people to be treated. So all this has been validated and it works. The outcome of teaching bystanders how to behave, and that when all teachers or all coaches or all students get together and they decide that they don't want bullying to happen at their schools, they're starting, we are an anti-bullying community. We're serving in notice to everyone that attends school here, participates in our activities, and that we are against bullying and will not stand for it to happen in our community. We stand together united in numbers and we won't tolerate that. As a teacher or as an audience, you're probably very aware that I've never done anything like this before, so it's a new element for me. And I really want to thank you for sitting and listening to the presentation that I've just provided. As you can tell, I'm very passionate about this and the children who have suffered and all the things that have happened. And I would love for you to unite and stand up with me and other teachers and help do something about this escalating problem called bullying and the problems that it's causing children and the pain and suicide and that it's causing families. I've talked with two families in particular that have lost children, and one gentleman said, my son committed suicide in his room a year ago and my wife will never be the same. Dear God in heaven, I understand that and I ache for this poor family. For those of you who are supporting Kickstarter, I'm looking forward to being able to provide you a copy, an electronic copy, over the internet of the book. I'm looking forward to hearing your comments about it as far as how it's assisted or helped you with addressing something that is passionate for all of us who have children. The second level of Kickstarter is that I will mail to you a copy, a book cover copy that you can put in your office. Conversation Piece Guaranteed. You will have all kinds of questions about it, and if you've read the book Why Bullies Are Cowards, you'll be able to answer them confident and capably in such a manner that people are going to be very impressed. And then the third level of my Kickstarter program is to forward on a big poster. It's a 2x3 poster, be signed and sent to you all so that you can post on the wall in your classroom, your office, or whatever. Again, it makes known to people that you're standing up and advocating for children and wanting to make things happen as far as ending bullying behavior. Writing this book has been an incredible experience in that I've been able to collect an awful lot of material and organize it into a way that makes sense, that if a teacher or a coach or a parent wanted to use this, they could say, I see where I'm at, I see where I'm going, and I see what I'm trying to instill in my child. To create an anti-bully community, it tells you the steps that you need to go as far as teaching and having your children have expectations, and then when certain situations arise, they recognize exactly what it is and they know what to do. So my closing comment on this is teach them now and prepare them that they don't have to go through the experiences that Amber or that Brian Stowe went through. It's time that we take some time and take a look at what's happening to see if we can curb this. No one knows how this is going to play out in 5 or 10 years, but I know I can't watch any more children who lose their lives or commit suicide as a result of others picking on them or bullying them. Children have got a right not to be living in an environment where they can be bullied, and it's going to be people like you and me and others who stand up, speak out, and bring this about. Thank you.